Before we get started, all four of these decks are available to play on Steam Workshop in the link in the description right now. Keep in mind that all four are still being tweaked and adjusted, so in this time we would greatly appreciate any feedback you have for balancing or just constructive criticism in general. That can be directed to us via Steam, or if you just want to join our Discord community, we'd love to have you, and the link is also in the description for that. Enjoy the video.
The villain I chose to make this deck off of was Mao from the Disney Channel original Descendants trilogy. I specifically chose to base this off of Mao's character from the first movie. There are 3 steps to winning as Mao, and although that doesn't seem like a lot, actually accomplishing those goals can take a while. The first is to vanquish Prince Ben. The inability to destroy belief cards definitely makes things interesting when you're trying to work around vanquishing the heroes and activating the other abilities of things while Prince Ben is around. So the first step in that is vanquishing Prince Ben, which makes him an ally. Although he can be moved, he cannot be removed from the realm or used to vanquish other heroes. There is no separate card for him as an ally, just whenever he's vanquished, move him from the top to the bottom, and then treat him as you normally would treat an ally. As I said, minus the strength. The next aspect of winning as Mao is playing a Heist of the Century card while the villain mover is on top of the Museum of Cultural History, which, there's a typo. The next step in Mao's plan is playing a Heist of the Century card while the villain mover is located at the Museum of Cultural History. While at the Museum of Cultural History, playing Heist of the Century with 3 or more allies at the location, much of this deck focuses around getting allies. You gain control of Fairy Godmother's wand, and then as you do that, you move it to the bottom of Oradon Cathedral, similar to how you gain control of Prince Ben when he's vanquished. Gaining control of Fairy Godmother's wand allows you to destroy belief cards with an activation cost. To win specifically as Mao, you'll need to start your turn with your villain mover on Oradon Cathedral with control over both Fairy Godmother's wand and Prince Ben. Another aspect is if there are more heroes and beliefs in the realm than there are allies and convictions, you are unable to win. So that essentially means as long as the number of allies and convictions you have on the bottom of your field is more than the top amount of heroes and belief cards, you are able to win the game. Conviction cards are the aspects of being evil that Mao is supposed to strive for. These provide benefits to gaining control of Prince Ben or Fairy Godmother's wand, and also making heroes weaker. While belief cards actively make it harder to get rid of heroes, but also make it more difficult to gain control of Prince Ben or Fairy Godmother's wand, among other things. Remember the Isle is a specifically good card that makes it so you can put an ally on top of your library. Although this is a little bit slow, allies are super important to this deck, and finding as many of them as possible and being able to keep them on the field is the best course of action.